Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier. On the 5th of February 2026, there was a 2-hour-long Star Citizen live with Monsieur Benoit Beausejour. It's been a while since we've had this kind of content. If you like the content and it's no bullshit format, please consider subscribing so that you're able to see it when the content is published. And it goes without saying that for me to make a summary video of official content, somebody at CIG needs to make official content. Jared just said that he's going to pick up the pace for 2026 with 4 Star Citizen lives planned in the next 4 months. Here's what you need to know. Jared with the usual intro. Monsieur Benoit, the CTO, was on deck, and Jared put up the guards with the info that this show would probably not focus too much on questions from Spectrum or from live chat. It would be more like a 3-section, 2-hour conversation between him and Ben, and these topics would be the updates to the currently worked on items, beginning with server meshing. It's been out for 1 year in its current form, and then Ben stopped him and said that it's actually been 1 year to the day since 4.0 was published and that it's been solid. The current content drive would not have been possible without a good platform to build upon. Jared said that it didn't fix all issues, but then Ben said that you need to remember what it was like before 4.0, where a crash would result in a total loss. But now with recovery, that is less of an issue. Things are auto-ported over to a new fresh server and then you can carry on. Higher player counts, as much as 800, are being tested, and he said something that is counterintuitive, where better performance was seen where 400 players were in one place. Ben then said, bring on the 500 player meetups. You have new locations in Stanton, you have Pyro, the jump gates, and then Nyx. Nyx is going to get more fleshed out in 2026, and then the next push is for more dynamic server improvements. Ben said that they would be able to be even more economical with improved headroom for better performance. Ben was talking about a special team who would focus on elevators and transit. Ben spoke about a lot of special teams that they've spooled up. Ben pushed a quick list of things that they did. He said 11 patches in 1 year, creatures, boss fights, spawn and hangar, weather, quantum linking, freight elevators, Vulcan and graphical improvements, a mech suit with jump jets and a gun, item recovery, engineering, and then Jared steered the conversation to re-explain again how this is still a live game in development. So even if a dev says last year was the year of playability, they know that there are still issues and they expect that the community understands, but then he also highlighted that there were improvements in stability. Specific updates were next. The transport system will replace all of the legacy elements that are currently in the game. Based on the old way of doing things, the elevators, the trains, the lifts are all going to be replaced by the same thing but done in a new way. This needs to be done to be compatible with meshing and hangars. Area 18 will be next, and then they will move on to the stations and other locations until everything is running on this new code. No dates, but Ben said that he was very happy with the current progress. Freight elevators are more complicated than they would seem because they are impacted by other systems. Items go missing and other issues that became obvious only after the system was pushed to live. Ben said that they hit 57 of 73 issues, and some of the remaining issues are going to take a little bit of time. Not being able to store items, stacking, and other inventory issues. Item recovery is about to get an improvement called the imprint, where a list will be carried over from patch to patch. Jared asked if this would cause issues of cleanup, and then Ben said that there would be a new way of dealing with it. Long-term persistence keeps the database up to date as changes are made, but it will need to be updated to reread the item database to make sure that things don't go missing or become multiplied. They're going to scale this back and identify a better way to relink all of these entries into the database. Quality of life was next, grouping and playing with people, but also blocking and muting. Ben said it's coming with the social universe, hopefully in 2026. They have a new team, a strike team, who are working on just this. We will finally see the social tools that we saw several Citizen Cons ago. Party Finder, then org system is going to be moved out of Spectrum into the Mobiglass with org chat and messaging. FOIP and VoIP refresh with better performance to regional chats, and that's going to phase out global chat. Ben said that his own flight system, his own flight sim, has as many as 13 devices, so bindings have become laborious. He wants a way to optimize how bindings are set and shared. He used the word soon and then used the words cloud saving across machines, which is cool because if you change devices, you could theoretically have your bindings move with you. Ben wants to expand the system where missions are made, and he wants to allow missions to be made resulting in huge chains of connected missions, like telling a larger story. But all of that needs to be tied into reputation and into the economy. Automatic instancing is also being improved with a new manager and backend service. Transport, that new system, is holding back these changes, which is why it's a priority, and to the end user, we might not see any differences at all in how the gameplay works. It'll just be better and more stable. Everything that we saw during the pre-recorded CitizenCon will be available in 2026. User data will guide the server as to how to allocate resources globally. VR was released as an experimental test by the efforts of Sylvan. It's a big deal and the community is excited. It's apparent that the developers are always taking the time to build the core game properly, and because of that, things such as VR is actually possible. Questions were then taken from chat. Final hot seat stuff. Nix won in 2026. There was a question about economic exploits, and Ben confirmed that they do exist and that there was a strike team, another strike team, that was currently looking at over 7 issues, including duping and other common exploits. He reminded us that it's a live service and a developing game at the same time. Normally, these are not done at the same time, so there will be exploits. And Ben said that in the past, there was a higher priority on the development at the cost of less focus on the exploits. And then Jared reminded us that that's the past, but it's clear that this has a very damaging effect on the game as there are fewer wipes. Jared proposed some kind of timeline for the chat. He said maybe day 0 an exploit would be found. Day 1 the developers have had a chance to look at it, and day 2 the developers have a solution, but they may decide that it's better to observe it than to patch it out. He said that they will always wish to post to socials that they've fixed it and that they know of it, but he said that that'll tip their hat and it makes it harder to get the information that they need to solve the problem for good. The battle cruiser is coming from a manufacturer that we've had since the start, and it's going to be the last concept, and it should be this year. So cash out your Bitcoin and get ready to F5 your way into total solar system dominance. Ben has no plans to perform global wipes, but he did say that there might be some targeted resets. Ben spoke about VR, peripheral support, and then he spoke about motion platform support. So, as a guy who literally installs motion systems, has many motion systems, and who is also waiting for Squadron 42 like the rest of you, now is the time to start planning. Contact me if you want to upgrade your sim before the rush is there. And that's not a joke. I will literally help you. Jared said thanks to Benoit for being there. He acknowledged that it's been quite some time since the last one, and he also acknowledged that he is planning to have 4 in the next 4 months. That's it. If you like the content and got something out of it, please consider sharing with a friend or org mate. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.